If someone had pulled me aside 10 years ago and shared one simple truth with me, it would have saved me years of heartache, confusion, chaos. It's a truth so fundamental, yet so often overlooked in our busy lives. I spent so much time believing that my immediate reactions, my deepest anxieties, my recurring frustrations were just me. I thought that was my personality, set in stone. I accepted my limitations as fixed parts of my identity. This belief kept me stuck in cycles I couldn't understand, reacting to the world instead of consciously creating my experience within it. I genuinely believed that, to change my life, I needed the world outside of me to change first. This profound secret is not hidden in some ancient text, or accessible only to monks on a mountaintop. It's right here, inside each of us, waiting to be discovered. The anger that flashes when someone cuts you off in traffic? That's a program. The anxiety that tightens your chest before a presentation? A program? The urge to procrastinate on a task that feels overwhelming? Another program. These are not your immutable essence. They are deeply ingrained habits of the mind, learned and reinforced over years, often starting in childhood. They were created to protect you from perceived threats, whether physical, social, emotional. But as we grow and our environment changes, these old programs can become outdated, holding us back from the joy, connection, and fulfillment we truly seek. Realizing this was like someone turning on the lights in a room I had been stumbling around in for my entire life. Suddenly, I could see the furniture, the obstacles, and the pathways. I wasn't just a victim of my own mind. I was the owner of it. It meant I wasn't broken, and I didn't need fixing. I just needed to become aware of the old software that was running my system, without blame or judgment, with compassion for the part of me that was trying to survive. And remember that if it was written, it can be rewritten. To truly grasp this concept, we have to understand our brain's prime directive. Your brain is not fundamentally designed to make you happy, fulfilled, enlightened. Its number one job, inherited from millennia of evolution, is to keep you alive. It is a survival machine constantly scanning for threats. It prioritizes safety over satisfaction and certainty over curiosity. This is why we dwell on the negative, replay worst-case scenarios, and cling to the familiar. Better safe and unhappy than risk danger. This instinct is efficient. To save energy, the brain creates shortcuts. It automates responses to familiar triggers. Think about when you first learned to drive a car. Every action conscious. Wheel, pedals, mirrors. Now you can drive and chat because the process became a program, just like your emotional responses. Your personality, your preferences, and your automatic reactions are not like eye color. They are constructed piece by your experiences and the meaning your brain assigned to them. You are the architect, but for a long time the plans were drawn by a hidden part focused on building a fortress. Preferences, views, and reactions form the lens through which you interact with the world. Imagine two children who both fall learning to ride a bike. One learns, falling is scary, stop. The other learns, falling is normal, try again. Years later, fear of failure versus resilience. These programs embed so deeply we call them me. The mind's trick is making interpretations feel like facts. They're habits of thought and feeling, unlearnable and rewritable. You are not your past or current habits. You can evolve. So, how do we begin to see these invisible programs? We become detectives of our own lives. Boredom, hand to pocket, screen relief, that is a program. Trigger leads to automated response and brief relief. With criticism, do you get defensive, heart racing, anger, or shame? That's a powerful program. If criticism meant punishment, your brain learned to defend fast. People-pleasing often says, my safety depends on approval, so I must say yes. That script leaves you exhausted and disconnected from your needs. Look for patterns. What repeats when you're late, disagreed with, surprised? Don't judge or force change. Just notice. Ah, there it is. Defensiveness. People-pleasing. This simple act of noticing begins cutting the strings. Understanding shifts us from self-criticism to self-compassion. Between stimulus and response there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. For most of us, that space is tiny. Stimulus, and reaction runs instantly. Programming runs the show. Our goal is to widen the space, even by a millisecond. Notice the anger rising. See the program starting to run. That's the space. Ask, how do I want to respond? You can still honk, consciously, or breathe. Consider they're rushing to a hospital. Turn up your song. Protect your peace. Feelings may arise, but you don't have to be them. Watch clouds pass. It's the difference between being in the storm and watching from shelter. The space between stimulus and response is your shelter. It's where you are free. Life looks different. You realize you're the director, not just the actor. Triggers become practice. Frustrating people become teachers. Clarity replaces helplessness and confusion. I feel myself wanting to shut down. Can we take 5 and try again? Cycles transform into connection. See self-doubt as an old script. Acknowledge fear, and take a small step anyway. Act in service of your dreams, not your fears. Problems remain, but you carry grace, wisdom, resilience. The journey begins with one small choice. Choose one pattern. Snapping, complaining, negative self-talk. For a few days, just notice. There it is. Then add a breath. Just one breath. That breath is your space, your power. Each choice weakens the old path and builds a new one. Your past is not your future. You are the author. Start the new chapter now.